Yeah. What's good? Welcome back to this sports as Josh is with his dog. You know what? Honestly, let's be real here. The dog, our third co-host.
At this point he's just part of
I
the
mean,
show.
It's just a thing that we have to deal with each and every show. But you know what? We love the animals around here. We don't need nobody calling Peter or nothing. We're good.
Oh yeah.
All good. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed, bro. So I told my mom to buy me pita chips the other day, and I didn't know how it was spelled. I spelled it like the animal abuse place. I've never in my life thought I would ever want a pita chip, but let me tell you, I really got into hummus recently.
Ooh, hummus is fire.
Big hummus guy now. And I was eating it with like just some normal Tostitos chips. And my brother was like, nah, you got to eat it with pita chips. You're doing it wrong. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll cop the pita chips. Ain't no problem. Ain't no big deal. So I got the pita chips, bro. Let me tell you. You know what, Alex? I'm offended that this is addressed to Josh as if I'm not a Thunder fan as well. But you know what? Whatever. Go ahead. Go ahead, Josh. Answer it.
I think I can speak for Connie, a fellow Thunder fan, when I say I'll pass.
No, see, Josh, you can't speak for me because, as I would say, let me get a fuck no, baby.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, I get it for, actually, no, because the only thing the Lakers would possibly get from us is Al Horford. And what are they going to, AD, Andre Drummond, Al Horford, and Montrezl Harrell, all on the same team? That is awful.
But here's the thing, Josh. Laker fans are going to be like, all right, Kuzma, we need Shy, we need Dort, and probably one of those first round picks.
Yeah, probably both the top 10 picks you guys will have. We need those.
That's where you lost me.
I think it'd be fun though to see Kuz be the guy on a team, even though he wouldn't because of Shea. Like that's something I'd do in 2K, like just for fun.
Yeah, for fun.
Real life, nah.
Listen, unless they're trading him for a life supply of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, I'm good.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, A1. Not to sound like that ratchet girl in school that was eating them at 7 in the morning.
I swear, dude, with the Cookie Monster pants.
Bro, always had the Cookie Monster always had an oversized purse.
Yeah.
Talk about, I'm here, class. Like, hey, listen, nobody wanted. And whenever they saw their friends, they would yell, Jesus Christ, the memories is bringing back. I want to throw up. Yeah. But, whatever. All right. Well, you know what, Josh? I'm trying something new out here. We talked a little bit in our directors meeting that we're not going to do the ads all at one time. We're going to spread them out throughout the show. So,
I like that. I like
that too. What's up, gentlemen? Enjoying the show from the pool. Okay, Michael. Big old Mike laying out by the pool, stomach out.
I haven't been swimming in so long, bro.
Josh, let me tell you. I finally let you know, and I was, I'm going on this vacation in a couple weeks. Your boy is excited.
I bet.
I'll be in the ocean. I'll be playing some golf. I just got in my new golf balls. I ordered 2 dozens because, listen, let me tell you something. I suck. So I'll come back. I'm not coming back with 2 dozen. I'll tell you that. By the pool, the ocean, maybe hit up some restaurants. I need this. I'm going down with my boy as well. I finessed an extra 3 days out of it because originally I was supposed to have the 21st to the 30th. And then I was like, all right, bro, give me like the 21st to like. Actually, no, I changed it. I was supposed to have. See, I've changed my vacation so many times, I don't even know what I have sometimes. I was supposed to have the first 2 weeks off. Then my brother couldn't go. Then I was supposed to have the last 2 weeks off. And my brother was like, nah, you should get off 4th of July weekend because that's when I'm going. I was like, bro, really? So now I have like the 21st through like July 9th off. So, we're lit out here. I'm just saying.
That's fire, bro. I'm very jealous of you.
You know what? I would be too. I really would be. You know what, Josh? Let's get it started here, though. And this is interesting because, usually this is the point in the show, started off, where we do the little over-under thing. And you had that originally on the Google Doc. I saw it with my own eyes. I look now, it's changed. if you could look at 3 stats from your life, what 3 would you pick? And let me tell you something. This threw me off. That's a big question. That's a big question.
Crazy. One that I know I'd do for sure, just because I want to see how crazy the number would be. How many breaths I've taken.
Okay.
Like how many times I've taken a breath. Because you do it without even... Nah, man. I hate that. I hate going on the show by myself.
Well, you're not going to be by yourself. You'll get some co-hosts in here. Yo, Michael, maybe you can take my place for one of these shows.
Michael, you want to hop on the show?
Yeah, why don't you hop on there, guy?
Yeah, or else it's just going to be me and Bug just fight.
Well, I know you already got one co-host lined up, right?
I do. I got a couple, but I think I don't want it to just be 2 people, you know? I want to have a
little smorgasbord, as they say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I respect it.
Jesus.
So you have breaths taken.
That'd be one of them. Like, how many breaths have I taken?
That's fair.
And then another one I was thinking about, like, well, because there's so many different ways you could go at this question, like, on adding on to breaths taken, like, words said. Like, how many words have I said in my life?
You know what? In that same breath, no pun intended, I think one of mine would be not words. I want to know how many times I've cursed in life. Because let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
I do it a lot. I tone it down for all of my shows, but outside of it, I'll admit I'm definitely no saint.
How many times do you sin,
Let me tell you something. The thunderstorm going outside my house right now, a little wild. It's also kind of weird though because it's extremely bright outside. Like you would never know that it's pouring and that the thunder sounds like it's right next to you.
You know what I found out?
No, it's all right.
You know what I found out the other day? So when you hear like 30% chance of rain, what do you think?
That's fake. If you're talking about the Twitter thing, it's fake.
No, it's real. It's real.
No, I looked at it. Somebody said it was fake.
No, I looked it up, bro. Like, it's gonna rain. It's just a 30% chance you get hit by it where you're at. It's not 30% chance it's gonna rain. They're saying it's gonna rain, but it might not hit you.
See, I've looked at that. I was amazed, and then I've had other people say, "I can't believe you idiots fell for this stuff. It's fake." So now
how does that not make sense? Because they're like, all right, so I live in Illinois.
Because then it makes perfect sense that there's only a 30% chance of rain. That's how it rain makes sense.
It's gonna, but it does make sense to it. Could, I don't know. It makes sense to me now more than it's 30% chance it will rain. Because, like, if you're telling me you can predict the weather, why can't you give me it is or it isn't gonna rain?
Because nothing can be definite.
All right, so they're saying like. I don't know, bro. That shit's just trippy to me. I also saw a video, and Clayton actually debunked it for me. But like this dude had like a small cup of milk, like this big, and then the cups got bigger. Oh yeah, big milk guy. But the cups got bigger, and all the milk that filled in the first cup filled up the other larger cups, and then it could fill up all the cups. And I was like, nah, there's no way this is some science shit I've never seen in my life. And it turns out he just had dividers in the cups. And I just looked like an idiot. It was like 1 a.m. I was like, Clayton, explain this to me. I'm tripping, bro. How is he having so much?
You're like, this is the most amazing thing I think I've ever seen in my life.
He's duplicating milk just by switching cups. Like, how is
he's clearly a magician. He's hacking life.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You know what?
But pounds of food I've eaten. I'd want to know that number too.
I don't know how much I would want to know that because looking at myself, I know that's quite
right. And I want to see I feel like mine would be up there too, and I want to know, bro, like how many pounds of food and how much time have I wasted, like watching TV or just sitting on Twitter, like just combined, like years, like you think years?
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
there's literally no doubt in my mind that we've all wasted years, bro. Our generation, come on,
yeah. These kids growing up now.
Oh, it's gonna be even worse.
Yeah,
it'll be even worse.
Because social media really didn't blow up until we were like 13, 14-ish, like when we started getting to that age. But before that, it wasn't huge, and now it's everything. Little 8-year-olds on Twitter and shit.
When did I get social media, bro? I'm trying to think.
Well, there's like Facebook.
I never had a Facebook.
See, I got a Facebook when I first. So I was like 11 when I started being on social media. So that's like
I think
almost a
well, do you
decade.
consider like AIM social media?
See, that's what I was thinking. Like does
I
that
don't
count?
because it's a direct messenger.
Yeah,
Like
I
you're
don't
just
think that
texting.
counts. Like Snapchat, I don't think that counts.
See, I think Snapchat counts.
because of stories and shit.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then technically they didn't have stories when Snap first came out.
Yeah. That wasn't
I
Snapchat.
still think I would keep making social media because it's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that we're having this conversation because like last year I was in a social media and PR class, and we had to try and define what social media is, and like my definition in my head is like it's something that when you click a button, many people can see it at once.
Yeah.
But then the argument is, all right, so does that mean texting is social media or emails? Because technically, group chat, I mean, hey, that's 20 people right there. That's a large amount.
I think social media, there's no definition. It is its own definition. It's just like
If I had
socializing on the internet, bro. That's
the
what,
social medias in my eyes are Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Like I said, I consider Snapchat social media, especially now. And you know what? I even put it out there, bro. In a weird way, I think YouTube is.
That's what I was gonna say. YouTube and Twitch are on their way to being considered
Twitch
that.
too. I did forget about Twitch.
Like they're getting real close to being up there with like doing just Facebook, basically, like just interacting.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's see. I think I would go with how many times I've cursed. I'd want to go with, honestly, I don't know how you calculate. I want to know how much time I spend procrastinating.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally the worst procrastinator ever.
How many people have I talked to?
You know what?
Because you work in like a kind of customer service type of thing.
Yeah,
right?
bro. I'm at the grocery store talking about, can I help you find this potato?
Every day, different people. Like,
some bad.
How many people have I talked to? That's what I want to know.
I am curious.
Those would be my three. How many breaths I've taken, how many pounds of food I've eaten, and how many people have I had a conversation? Not even just a conversation, just spoken to.
Okay.
Why is my thumb so tasty to you, man?
Listen, what you doing with it?
Nothing. I just be chilling, and he's like, "Oh, I want to bite your freaking fingers off."
Well, you know what? Let's get into the sports because we should probably do that. UFC 263, a nice little recap. Josh, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one because, well, you know more about this subject than me. Sometimes, people, you got to know when to lean out, and that's what I do.
Connie, you have claimed multiple times on here you're really good with predictions, right?
That I am.
Like you would say you are the king? Would you call yourself the king?
Of this show, absolutely.
I don't know if you recall last week when we did a little preview of UFC 263, but we did predict the 3 fights.
Okay.
And you, Connie, did all right. 2-1, man. 2-1. It's nice. But it's just a little bit better.
The 3-0 that you went on.
3-0. The 3-0.
Now this.
So we'll start with the fight we both got right, and which was arguably the best ending to a fight of the year so far, Nate Diaz and Leon Edwards. And at this point in Nate Diaz's career, he's just out there for the check. Like he's been at the top. He's been in this game a long time. He's not even ranked. Leon Edwards is the number 3 ranked fighter in the division. So it's not really like he's out here trying for anything. And he got worked the first 4 rounds, but he was talking his shit. He was flexing.
And they said on the broadcast, bro, wasn't it weird that when he was actually fighting, it wasn't working, and then when he would try some stupid shit, that's when it did work?
Yeah, like he
would crab punch him like this, and all of a sudden, like he would actually do something. I was like, what are we doing here?
Right. So about for 4 rounds, 4 3/4 of that fight.
I would say 4 rounds, and what are they? 5-minute round? 3 minutes? No, 5-minute rounds.
I think it's 5-minute rounds. I think so. I feel like that's something we should know.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, we probably should. I would say for 4 rounds and 4 minutes, he got worked.
And then he throws a straight right and a left, and this man is on his back legs, about to fall over. Like the fight could have ended. And honestly, I don't think Nate wanted to finish him. Like he didn't go after him like we normally see people go after people who are wobbled. Nate I think he just talked more shit. I think he was just like, "Oh, I hurt you, didn't I? I hurt you." Like he could have finished him, probably got a title shot because he would have just beat the number 3 ranked fighter in the division. But instead, he's just like, "Yeah, I did that. I didn't win, but I did that." Like it was just so funny.
Yo, let me see if you follow me here, right? I think Nate is the anti-Floyd Mayweather. Where Floyd takes fights, he knows he's going to win. He doesn't try in them, all defense, whatever. But still wants that bread, so he takes it. Nate wants the money. Of course, who doesn't? But takes fights. He probably knows he don't got great chances in a lot of these fights.
Oh, yeah.
And will go out there just swinging. He's trying to play defense and like, oh, I'm in my older ages. I'm going to play it smart. Pick at him. One big punch back away. No.
He's like, beat the shit out of me. Come here, beat the shit.
He's like, yeah. He's like, come here. I by the end of this fight, I want to look like somebody stabbed me.
Yeah. His face is made out of toilet paper, bro. That shit cuts so easy. Like. He's just bleeding after one punch.
I mean, Joe Rogan said he was like, bro, this guy must have more scar tissue than anybody in the UFC.
Yes, because every fight, regardless if he's getting his ass beat or he's winning, he's covered in blood at the end of it. Like that's a guarantee.
Have you ever seen that picture of John Cena?
Yes.
With the 2 title belts, and he's just red. His whole body's just red. They were like, that's Nate Diaz after every fight. And it's not wrong.
When I saw that meme, I was thinking about WWE. I was like, I fell for all that shit. Like I didn't think it was fake until I got old enough to realize.
Bro.
Like now looking back on it,
Undertaker was coming out. It's like, bro, this guy is dead. How is
teleporting? He is teleporting to the ring in half a second. Like, but all that blood they lost, bro, in those WWE fights, like gallons of blood, and they stand up.
No, that's what I'm saying. How were they alive?
Yeah, bro. Like that shit's so funny. But
they were casually losing a pint of blood and then going on with a 20-minute match.
Yeah,
are you good?
Yeah, but I mean, this fight, Nate, that was one of the best finishes at the end of a fight I've seen. Just to have the guy that we all know is losing come back and almost win that was really cool to see. But I mean, Leon Edwards, he kind of looked like he took the same step that Francis Ngannou took. He was patient. He wasn't going out just going for the knockout because he knows Nate Diaz can take those punches. So he did his homework and he took his shots when he needed to. Went to the leg a lot, which I like, which is becoming a huge trend in the UFC now. Calf kicks they can end fights now. Calf kicks can end fights. That's how powerful these kicks are. Like Paulo Costa when he fought Israel Adesanya, like it was a knockout, like on the ground, but his leg was completely purple. He couldn't even walk on it. Like Adesanya killed his leg.
Poirier.
Yeah, Poirier too.
Beating McGregor. I mean, he literally had to use crutches.
Yeah. I mean, these leg kicks they're going crazy, and Leon Edwards is hopping on the trend, and I like it. I think he's going to get his shot eventually. I mean, he's number 3. He just beat a very tough fighter, Nate Diaz. Granted, he wasn't ranked, but everyone knows who Nate Diaz is. Like, he's not an easy fight. So it was a really good fight. But the one that got me the prediction win, which I really need, I really needed this prediction win. I needed it to boost me, NFL coming up. I needed to get into the, because I told you, this my year, bro. I'm winning this shit.
I will. You want to make a bet before the season even starts that you won't?
Yeah, what are we betting on?
I don't know. You want money? You want fame?
Fame. What money? How much?
I'll literally put 100. I'll put a fat Benjamin that I win the predictions.
Deal.
Say less.
Deal. 100 on it.
Easy money. Thank you. And that would be easier than me robbing Caleb for the Lakers not Shout out Caleb.
The current winner on this show for predictions is me. I'm on top right now. I'm the number 1 ranked.
See, I don't know about number 1 ranked.
Hey, what have you done for me lately? That's what it is. That's what it is, right?
Now this.
That's what it is, right?
All right, go ahead. I'll let you win.
But this, in all seriousness, this fight did not go at all how I expected. I thought Figueroa would come out like he did in all his fights previous. Just come out swinging, I'm gonna put you away early, and I'm gonna hurt you early. he was very cautious in the ring. He didn't want to go at Brandon Moreno. And Brandon Moreno went with the same strategy as last time. I'll knock you the fuck out. Like, I'm coming in swinging. And when he got him to the ground, it just didn't look like Figgy out there. He gave him everything he wanted on the ground, even gave him his back. He basically gave Moreno his back because he was in a good position to get up or get in the full guard, and he didn't. He just kind of turned and even pushed up a little bit to get like Moreno's arm inside, because he had him like this. Yeah. And he wasn't going to get choked out like that, but then he kind of moved around a bit and put him in a situation to get submitted with that rear naked choke. But I did like seeing his sportsmanship at the end, supporting Moreno, who is now the first Mexican-born champion in the UFC, which is very impressive. All props to him. And I was really impressed. I mean, the kid came out there and did what he was supposed to do. But I do want to see the third fight. I doubt it happens just because, I don't know, I feel like there are other guys who deserve a title shot before Figgy gets another one, even though he did have a really good championship run, a few knockouts, and he was arguably the best fighter in the UFC for a little bit there. But I think there are other guys that deserve it. But I think in the third one, Figgy does not come out as cautious as he did last time.
Bro, it's weird, and you're talking about how he was cautious and that. If you went into that fight not knowing who either one of them are, which by the way I kind of did, you would not think that Figgy was a champion.
No, you wouldn't.
Like, you would have absolutely thought, like, oh, Moreno's a champion, he's going to retain, like, easy fight, blah, blah, blah. Like, it didn't even – it was weird because, you talked him up. I had seen some other things, obviously the promo leading into the fight. You watch that. It shows how good he is. And then he came out, and he was just a dud. Yeah,
it did not look like him. It did not. And, I mean, he like, before he became champion – he wasn't – this is kind of what he was thought to be. He was just kind of a normal fighter, nothing crazy. And then when he got the belt, he just went on a tear for a while. And, like I don't think that's who he is the guy we saw on Saturday. I think he is that killer that we saw for match after match. But it's like what – why didn't he look like himself out there? He had the full camp, and he was the champ, and he already fought this guy once. Like, it was weird.
Well, you know what? After that fight, this man might need a little RX hemp, I'm just saying. He's probably a little sore from the fight. So, RX hemp-USN will save you 10% on your order there, Ficky. I'm just saying. Pain relief CBD creams. I don't know if that's legal in the UFC because that's CBD and all that. You guys are weird. But RX hemp, just make sure you go and check them out. But, yeah, it was weird because it's weird, too, because at no point in that fight did it feel like a back and forth.
No.
Like, a lot of the fights, obviously, it's you take some, you get some, this, that. It's a back and forth battle. And it felt like one guy wanted to win and the other guy was like, I really just don't want to be here. Like, it felt like Figgy just did not want to be there. And I don't know.
It felt like he wanted Moreno to win. Like, he was on his team.
He was like, all right, you know what? I had a run. I'm good. I made some money. But you know what? This belt is kind of annoying now. Like, that's how it seemed. And it was incredibly weird. But, hey, things happen, so. Congrats to Moreno, first Mexican-born fighter, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
What did not happen, as we go to the final fight, is our first Italian-born champion. You know what? I love me some Izzy. I really do. But this was the fight where I was like, you know what? I'm okay. I'll be good if the other guy wins. Because, I got to rep my Italian heritage over here. You know me. I always rock the Italian horn right here, baby. Exactly. So I was like, hey, you gotta win the fight. So I wasn't gonna be too mad, but I mean, what do you do against Izzy, bro? Like, you don't like that weight class is done.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He's gonna run it until he retires.
That's his I don't know what else you're supposed to do against him. He's obviously the best striker. I mean, everything is just so – he's literally – and you hear it said all the time, and I think it's overstated. But for Izzy, it's the perfect thing. He's a legitimate surgeon.
Oh, yeah.
He is an absolute surgeon when he goes out there. He is picking you apart piece by piece, the leg kicks. And, bro, he never checked them ever. No. And they said it in the broadcast. And you know what? A casual like me, I'm like, bro – you ever gonna lift your leg and check it? Like I do it in the UFC video games. Like you got to check it every once in a while because you know it starts turning red, and then you know that's when bad things happen. I was like, he never checked it. Joe Rogan said he never checked it, which was true. Everybody, they were like, he's got to start checking these leg kicks, and it was funny as hell in the corner. When he would go back to the corner, I don't know if it was his coach or who he was. He's like, "You're losing this fight. I need you to do this, that." And he's like, "Here you go, coach." Like he would tell him how ass he was, and then be like, "Coach, tell him what to do," and he would just walk away. I was like, "Whoa, bold." But Izzy retained. He said he'll fight whoever. I think he said he wanted a rematch with
Robert Whittaker.
Yeah, it was Whittaker. He said he wants a rematch with him. You know what? Go ahead, Izzy. You have that division. I kind of want to see him move up again, just to try. Try. But
I do too.
It's
just because the reason I really want to see him move up again is because in his fight when he moved up to try to become double champ against Blachowicz, he got dominated on the ground, and that's why he lost that fight. Every time he got taken to the ground, Blachowicz just kept him there for the rest of the round. This fight, Vettori saw that and tried to do the same thing. And I've never seen someone improve so much on a part of their game like Izzy did. Every takedown, every time he was on the ground, he found a way up. Like, I've never seen someone improve that much so quickly because it wasn't too long ago when he fought Blachowicz.
But do you think the thing with that is, too, that Blachowicz just weighs more? So it was easier for Izzy to defend against, a smaller opponent? Or –
I think it definitely plays a role, but Vettori he's very well known for his ground game and his takedown.
He's a big dude. That's a big guy.
Yeah, against Kevin Holland, that's how he won the fight. He kept him on the ground literally for all 5 rounds. So I think I definitely think there's a difference. You're right with the weight, and definitely Blachowicz he's a very underrated fighter. I mean, nobody talks about him enough for how good he is. I don't think he gets enough credit for being Izzy either. Like, no one barely talked about him after he beat him. So I think he deserves more credit, but also I think Izzy deserves a lot of credit for his improvement. And he was a cloud that entire fight, bro.
That shit had me crying.
Oh, my God, bro. And when he had him against the cage at the very end of the fight, and he kneed him in the leg and acted like he was crying, like it hurt. And then when they were announcing the score, and he looks over at him and he's like, "Come on, you got this." I was like, "Bro, you are a clown." And then he ended it off with the only thing you can really say if you're Izzy, "I'm the motherfucking king, bitch." It's the only proper way to end it. That's it.
No, listen, I was because every time a UFC event happens, I get into UFC mode where I then want to watch every single thing that's ever happened in UFC history. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, I went back and watched like McGregor's fights and everything like that. What a time to be alive that was. Dude, what a time. That was so, and I don't care what anybody says. There could be a better quote. Eventually, it could happen, but I do not care. The greatest thing that I've ever heard in my life is when he was the double champ, and he was like, "I'd like to apologize to absolutely nobody."
That's the best.
That is literally the greatest thing I have ever heard somebody say.
Yeah, McGregor. I wish the same as you.
I feel like people don't realize how good his
run was. He came out of nowhere, and people don't realize how good Jose Aldo was back then. He was the guy. He was the Izzy. He was nobody's beating this dude. And Conor comes out as a guy in his first title fight and hits him with a left 30 seconds into the fight, and it's over. And that's Jose Aldo was the guy, and Conor was just getting his first title shot. It's like Brandon Moreno. Nobody knows this guy. He's just out here because he got his opportunity and knocks him out in the first round, becomes champ, and then to become double champ, which very few people have done, all in the span of 2 years.
Wasn't he the first, right?
I think he might have been no.
I think he. Well, I thought because watching, I thought they said that he was the first simultaneous.
Because he did it. He did it before Cormier. I thought Cormier did it before him, but he did it before Cormier. So I think
we got the whole network supporting the squad. What's going on? Great show. You know what? We try.
I wish I would have been way more into UFC back then.
Oh, me too.
George St. Pierre. We got the back end of Khabib's prime. John Jones, his prime and his run. I mean, I wish I could have paid more attention to that.
Yeah, it was like I didn't get into it until Ronda, just because she kind of swept the nation, and I wasn't even into it. I would just watch her fight.
Right.
I would watch her fights. I wouldn't pay attention to anything else. And then obviously Conor too. I started watching it for his fights, but like I said again, I didn't watch anything else. I was just there for his. UFC is the best, and you know what? It's up there for me.
For real.
I would really watch. Let me tell you something right now. And I'm a casual basketball fan, but if there's a good UFC card on, I would watch it over basketball.
I would too. And basketball is my favorite sport, but I'm watching some two dudes who are well-known killers fight for 5 rounds over a game that I probably know the outcome and what it's going to be. Because for 3 quarters, I don't really want to watch basketball. 4th quarter, I could lock in. And I love basketball. I'm not saying it's boring or nothing, but just there's a difference between fighting and a sport, you know? If someone's playing basketball on the court over here and 2 dudes are having a street fight right here, what are you going to go watch?
I don't think I think the people on the basketball court would call halftime and come over and watch the fight. So, hey, listen, everybody has their own thing, but UFC is definitely on its way up for me. Definitely. I think the only thing I wouldn't watch over it is football. Because
I definitely watch football.
Only because football is 16 games. It's once a week. It's I need it. It's I need to see it.
Yeah.
Where obviously baseball, there's 162 games, basketball on all the time. UFC too is just there's that one main card thing. They have UFC fight nights and obviously thing like that. But I mean, come on, you can't beat pay-per-views, champion versus champion. Yeah, nothing beats a nice title fight.
No, especially when it's
big names going up against each other, like when we're gonna have Poirier McGregor 3.
Yeah, there's a big difference because there's also the build-up, and then you have all the prelims, and throughout the prelims, all they talk about is the main event, and then when you get there, it's oh shit, it's really.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. That's the other thing I gotta mention.
Walkouts and shit, bro. We had 2 Linkin Park songs as walkouts.
Let me tell you something. Bruce Buffer makes your boy want to run through a goddamn wall.
It's time, bro. That's the best.
Bruce Buffer, I'm ready. I'm ready to get out in the cage when Buffer says it's time. I'm
the best.
I'm there, bro. Listen, the head movement,
bro, and his introductions to the fighters too, just amazing. Did you actually, bringing that up, I wanted to talk about something very briefly because this doesn't deserve a lot of attention. TikTokers versus YouTubers. You know
what? I was going to say this as well, and because I'm going to disappoint you right now. I really am.
No, but that shit was fire. That shit was fire.
I didn't watch most of the prelims because I was watching that.
Yeah, me too. I didn't watch any of the fights until Damian Maia came up. The last 4 fights are all I saw UFC. I was watching TikTokers and YouTubers, and bro, it was entertaining. That was way better. It was way better than the Jake Pauls. It was better than the Jake Paul and the Logan Paul fights. It was way better than those.
Oh yeah.
I love how, because in UFC they're with a record of 17-1 with 6 first-round knockouts. They were and with 60 million followers. That shit had me dead. It was so funny.
You know what else had me dead? The crowd, because DJ Khaled came out talking about all I do is win, and then would show the mic to the crowd, and they would.
That did DJ dirty, bro. And then when he got in the ring and the music cut out and he just had to go by himself, I'm like, bro, don't do Khaled like this, bro.
Well, let's be honest here. Have you ever listened to a Khaled song to hear him?
Never. He's all about the feature.
So listen. He did it to himself. He came out by himself. You can't come out by yourself.
He brought out Fat Joe. What you mean, man? He brought out Fat Joe.
All right, I'm still good.
Proceeded to play all Drake songs.
I'm good, bro. I could watch. I'd rather listen to the actual person. Listen, the crowd was kind of dead the entire time, though. Anyway,
bro, they sucked.
Well, you want to know what the problem is? All of them were 6.
Yeah, bro. And it was so funny because it's little baby out there talk about who
was that girl that performed?
Oh, fucking!
But
I
I
can't
mean,
remember her name,
she's
bro.
talking
But she's
about
twerking on stage for 12-year-olds.
on stage talking about shaking ass
But I'll
and
tell you
all
one
the
thing.
kids to the stage are like, "Mommy, can I
I'll
get
tell
a
you one
drink
thing
now?"
though. The lady that was doing the play-by-play and shit, like, we heard you the first time. You were a professional fighter. You don't have to let us know every time you're talking to someone.
Listen,
Like
all I'm saying
she's like
is,
coming from a professional fighter before every sentence. Like, we know.
listen. All I'm saying is, she could tell me a lot of things.
Oh, she definitely can. She can do that. Like, I'll listen. I'll listen. I'm just saying, like, I get it. You got hands.
I'm good. You could tell me a lot of things.
Shoot a shot. Shoot a shot.
Yo, listen. No, I'm still waiting for my answer from number 34 on OSU, bro. I tweeted her, told her she was the love of my life. She didn't get back to me. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah,
so
bro, that's tough.
And big tough. It's fine, whatever. But yeah, YouTubers versus TikTokers, it was alright.
I like seeing Bryce Hall get knocked out. I like seeing Bryce Hall get knocked out. I was tired of seeing videos on Twitter.
Yeah,
of this man. I'm a fighter.
I'm in 40 street fights.
Okay, bro. 40 street fights. What do you mean? Like at a party, you got pushed? Like is that your street fight, bro?
No, I think he was talking about like Def Jam Vendetta. That's the type of street fight I think he was in. By the way, fantastic game. Please make a new one.
Oh yes, please,
bro. Could you imagine they made a new one? They had like Drake in it and all the current rappers.
I'm using Young Boy. I'm using Young Boy, bro.
Yo, let me tell you, you're right. You're right. Maybe like Rick Ross before the Peaches.
I feel like they just purposely make Young Boy the best character in the game just because of the memes too.
Like, you have to.
That'd just be the best.
Yo, they do need to make a new game. Jarvis though, that little
bro.
Yo, he clocked him, bro.
Got hands.
He clocked him
for real.
Deji, don't ever fight again.
And then that fight that was a draw. That was not a draw.
No, they fixed it. Did you see it?
They fixed it. Did he win?
Yeah, he won. I guess like they handed him the card was messed up when they gave it to Fuzi, the ring announcer.
Because they said 50-45, and then they were like, and they add up to draw. I was like, but they were like all like in favor of that dude, like, and he clearly worked him. Clearly worked.
Embarrassing.
Oh yeah.
And then after you know what the funny thing about fighting is though, like you can never admit you lost, obviously. But you did. I find it so funny when somebody clearly loses and they're like, I have no idea how this came to a draw or I lost.
Yeah.
Like the other dude was like, I clearly won this fight. I was like, were you in the same one that I just watched?
Yeah. Or the people trying to say that like if there were judges in the Floyd and Logan fight that Logan would have won. It's like, bro, stop.
Let me tell you something. If there were judges and it counted, Floyd would have came out a lot more aggressive. Just throwing that out.
Yeah, he would have worked. It wouldn't have gone all rounds.
We will move on from that as well, though, to this. You know what, Josh? You got the second name, bro. So I'm gonna give this one to you because I don't even know how to say that.
So we got the Korean Zombie.
That I could say.
Also known as Chang Sung-jung. He just goes by Korean Zombie because it's badass. It's a badass name, though. I don't want to fight someone named the Korean Zombie. No, and he's a really good fighter. I wouldn't fight anybody. No. If I don't have to, I'm not.
I'm good.
Yeah, but he's a really good fighter. But Dan Ige is he's currently the number 8th ranked fighter. In his last fight, he beat who was it? He beat him super quick. Gavin Tucker beat him in 22 seconds. So he's trying to get his first title fight. He's only 29. He's on his rise. I mean, Korean Zombie, he's been in a lot of fights. Very good fighter. He's ranked number 4 still, and he's on the back end of his prime, but he's still very good. I think this fight's going to be a lot of fun. I think he's going to be what we wanted Moreno and Figgy to be. I think they're going to come out swinging. I think it's not going to go the distance at all because if Ige has anything to say about it, he's going to knock him out in the first round. But then again, Korean Zombie's a very skilled dude, one of the best fighters of all time, so it's going to be a hell of a fight. And also, I found, because I didn't know any of the other guys, but I saw a dude's record. He's the co-main. I got to find the picture. But it's just, he has so many fights, bro. Like, I don't think I've seen a dude with a record with a number like
Is
that.
this a UFC fight night thing?
Yeah, next weekend's a fight night.
Okay.
His record is 59, 15, and 1. It's fought 75 UFC fights. 75 professional fights, bro. Like, what?
That dude got no brain left.
And he's fighting again. Like, he's not done. He's just still going. Like,
power to him.
That's wild. But this is going to be a really good fight. Two dudes who are in the top 10 looking for a title shot. I think this is a featherweight fight. So who's the champion right now? Featherweight.
Isn't it?
Is that Sterling? No. I don't know who the champion is in featherweight.
Who was the title fight for Saturday? Wasn't that featherweight?
No, Moreno. That wasn't featherweight. That was lightweight, I believe. Can't remember.
Was it?
I'm Googling it right now because it wasn't featherweight. I know that.
I don't know. That sounded right to me.
Featherweight. Who are the champions right now? We got. Is it Usman's not featherweight? He's too big for featherweight.
Nah, he's middleweight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Ngannou's heavyweight.
Featherweight champion is. Why are you showing me boxing? Come on. It is. Alexander Volkanovski. That guy's really good too. Very good fighter. So I mean, they might. If the Korean Zombie can win this fight, win it handily, he might get a shot at it. But there are some other good fighters in that division too, so I wouldn't count on it. But this could move them up to contention. Get a shot at the titles. So it's a pretty big fight. It's gonna be fun to see. I'm going with Ige. I think he's hungry for a title shot. He hasn't had one yet, and I think Korean Zombie's on the back end of his prime, but he's still a good fighter. But I'm taking Ige by KO.
Well, you know what I wanted? I thought you were going to take the Korean Zombie, and I was going to take Ige, and I was going to be very happy about it. But for the content, I'll take Korean Zombie, obviously, because we can't agree on it. It just makes it not right. It doesn't make it fun.
Right.
But listen, I'm not worried about my prediction crown anyway, because the real prediction crown comes out in the NFL season, and we all know how that went last year. It was embarrassing. I'm still waiting on my crown, by the way.
What have you done for me lately? I sent it to you. You didn't get it?
I don't think you ever sent it, honestly.
I definitely sent it. Unless you gave me the wrong address. I sent it.
I think you're a liar, and it hurts me. But
I sent it to Alex. I sent it to Alex. He was supposed to send it to you.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Well, Alex has always been fake, so you can't.
Yeah, I didn't know it at the time, man. I didn't know.
We'll move on to the NFL, though, real quickly, because there's not too much going on there. And then, of course, we'll dive into the basketball. But Le'Veon Bell says he will never play for Andy Reid again. Now, let me tell you something. He won't ever play for Andy Reid again. The Steelers sucked, and Adam Gase hated you. Now, listen, the Adam Gase one, I understand. There's not a lot of people like Adam Gase. But at what point does this become a you problem, bro?
It is now. It is.
At some point, it's a you problem, Le'Veon. I'm sorry. You're a great I should say you were a great player. But come on. The Steelers love everybody. They were letting AB do whatever the hell he wanted. They loved him so much. Then you go to the Jets, get this nice big old contract. And they still don't like you. Then you go to the Chiefs and you don't want to play for Andy Reid. Everybody wants to play for Andy Reid.
Oh, yeah.
So you might be a you problem there, guy. But Josh, what do you think?
I think it's like, okay, you ruined everything with the Steelers, holding out and just burned all bridges there. Obviously, like you said, not too much you can say about his time with the Jets because everyone hated it there. And then you come to Kansas City, get a shot at a title. It looked like he was enjoying his time there. And then in the offseason, when he's currently still a free agent, doesn't have a team, openly says, I don't ever want to play for Andy Reid again. Now, I did read his tweets that he tweeted out after it, and he said it was because of something Andy Reid had said to him. So I'm very curious as to what Andy Reid said, but he didn't release it, and I don't think he will. But it's just like, dude, what are you doing? You're really hurting your chances to get signed by another team. They're the only team that took a shot on him after he got released by the Jets. They're the only team that said, hey, we want you. And now you're going to just burn that bridge too? Like, you could go back there and possibly have a bigger role after a full off season, but now you have no chance. Because why would Andy Reid want you if you don't want to play for him? Like, I don't know what he's doing. I agree with you. When does it become a you problem? Like, when do we start talking about it's your fault, not the team's? So I think he's just making some bad career choices here, man. It's just not a good move to shit on your former employer every time. So you get
every time.
You need references, man. They're gonna call Andy Reid and he's gonna be like, yeah, great player. No, he's gonna be like, nah, toxic, locker room problem.
Hated him. Never want to play. Never want to coach him again.
Don't sign him.
Where does Le'Veon even go now?
I mean, there are definitely teams that need running backs, but there are definitely better running backs out there. Like, I'd probably sign Todd Gurley before I sign Le'Veon, honestly.
Would you?
Just because it's Le'Veon's track record. I mean, at least Todd Gurley's not going to be toxic, and
but is Todd Gurley actually going to play?
Is Le'Veon actually going to play?
Yeah, but Gurley got that like chronic knee problem. He has arthritis there.
All I know is the 2 times we played the Falcons last year, Todd Gurley tore us up. So from my experience, Todd Gurley's still pretty good. He ran for like 175 and 2 touchdowns on it.
Hey, listen, Seahawks made him a deal because our running backs get injured.
Hey,
I wouldn't hate it. I like that.
I like that.
That, HG. Welcome back, HG. I know that you were looking for some basketball content, and don't you worry, because we're coming right up on it.
Hey,
HG, one of the goats out here, bro. Always in the streams, always in my streams, bro. Showing love on during the hard count, during banter, during this show. What a guy or girl, because I'm not sure. You never know. HG the goat. But we'll move on once again to just another quick NFL story. My boy, Mr. Stephon Gilmore, Mr. Gilly Lock, did not show up to training camp. Now, of course, I think he's in the last year of his contract. He's owed like $7 million this year. Blah blah blah. Listen, let me tell you something. Bill ain't gonna play this sitting out stuff. So he's either gonna come and play, or he's just not gonna play.
As a Patriots player, last year was your only chance to get away with sitting out. Last year was the only chance because of COVID. This year, no exception.
See, but like, here's my thing too. Like, I understand the money and everything like that. He probably wanted more. He probably wants, a longer contract extension. Blah blah. Cry about it. But like, why wouldn't you want to be on this team now?
Yeah, it's
like now. Like, this team is actually supposed to be good. Last year, I would have understood because they were garbage, as coming from a Patriot fan. But listen, let me tell you, we got Mr. Hunter Henry, who seems to be okay after a little injury scare. We got Jonnu now, Kendrick Bourne, Nelson. All the defenders are coming back. All right, stop it. We got all the defenders coming back. Dante Hightower's back. We got Devin McCourty still there.
Just drafted a stud on the D line.
Yes, like this is a team. Jonathan Jones.
Yeah,
who showed out last year.
McCourty's still there, right?
Devin's there. Jason's not. But that's okay because Jason, Devin's my guy.
Yeah, elite safety right there.
Bro, I always thought he was underrated, and and everybody looked at me because I'm a Patriots fan. But McCourty is an animal
in terms of consistency, because we've seen some great seasons from safeties, but McCourty year in year out is just one of the best in the league. Oh yeah, definitely underrated.
But of course now it has begun. On Instagram, Mr. Jalen Ramsey was, look, Mookie Betts went from Boston to LA and won a championship. Maybe you should try the same, Gilmore. Hey. Listen, first of all, if Gilmore goes over there, somebody please check what the Rams are doing financially. I'm begging you, because there is no way that they should have enough money for that. So I'm a little confuzzled on that end. But I think he's going to come back. Everything's going to take a breath. Gilmore, you'll be all right. We'll all be good. Well, what do you think, Josh? You worried for me?
I think it's, we always have this debate. Who's the best corner in the league, Gilmore or Ramsey? Maybe we just don't have to have the debate anymore, Just send them to Los Angeles and just let them team up.
I got $8 to contribute to your contract.
He's listening. He's listening. Hey. I'll add a dub to that. So you got $28, Gilmore. Take your butt to training camp. It's time.
Exactly.
So, but I don't think he really leaves. I was just joking. I don't think he winds up in LA because I think that's impossible. What are they going to give up? They gave up everything for Stafford and everybody else already. But I think it's just exactly what happens every time a star player sits out of training camp. They need their contract. And Gilly definitely deserves the extension. I think he'll definitely play this year. It's just about when. Kind of the same thing with what everyone thought was going to happen with Russell Wilson. Thought he'd hold out, but he's there now. I think he'll be there. They'll get a deal done because they're not going to let him walk. They have a good team now. They're not going to let him walk and just be upset the whole time. But it is weird because there was no news about Gilmore sitting out up until he did. Like there was no.
I mean, there were little rumblings that he might be a little upset because he wanted to yeah, but it was more on the Patriot end of things of they should trade him for picks and blah blah. But like you said, I think he's back.
Yeah, I don't think he leaves. I think he'll play.
Well, that'll do it for the NFL. That'll do it for the show. Kidding. Gotcha. We're gonna go to the NBA because it's NBA playoff time, and it's getting interesting. We came on this show just last week and said, "Listen, the Bucks, donezo. Over. It's embarrassing what they're doing right now." In fact, I believe the net game was on during the time of the show, and it was getting out of hand. I was talking about how KD was going off this, that. Well, guess what? Things changed very fast. Because now the Bucks tied the series at 2. Kyrie and Harden are both officially out now for Game 5. I mean, listen, I was all in. Yes, as you said, HG, Kyrie and Harden out. I was all in on the Nets winning the finals. And you know what? My brother's going to be a little upset as well because, he went over to my bookie and used USN 100 to double his first deposit and put a futures bet on the Nets winning the chip. It looks very good until yesterday. Very good.
Yeah.
So make sure you go over to my bookie, by the way, if you want to bet on anything. USN 100 doubles your first deposit. I'm just saying. And, let me tie it together, too, because the Patreon, we're hot. So $1 you just support the squad. $5 you get access to our Discord chat, which is a very important part. Very important. Because we're giving out easy money over there. I'm just saying, it's easy. Giving you bets all the time. You get access to that. You get entered into an Amazon gift card giveaway. And you get 10% off the store. And then the $10 a month is the exact same thing, except the 10% discount goes to $20. And you get entered into our signed memorabilia giveaway with this month being a signed Mark Ingram jersey. So make sure you go and check that out. But like I said, Harden, Kyrie out. Can KD do it by himself? Listen, he's getting a little testy there. And everybody's going to bring it up. Oh, well, if KD is this, that, he should be able to do it. Listen, let me tell you something.
Hey.
Let me tell you something. No, he should not. He's playing up against Giannis, Mr. 2-time MVP Defensive Player of the Year.
But he's KD.
Okay. With who?
Blake Griffin? Joe Harris?
Really,
Jeff
Blake
Green?
Griffin? Really, Blake Griffin, Jeff Green? I'll give you Joe Harris. I'll give you Joe Harris. That's it.
Yeah,
I ain't giving you Balake. I'm not giving you Balake.
No, you see that little hezzy 3 Blake hit the other night? He's hooping, bro. He's doing his thing.
Yeah. Maybe if this was 6 years ago, I'd give you Blake Griffin.
Listen, KD has never been able to carry team, so I'm joking. He's not going to be able to carry this team past the Bucks. It's not going to happen. There's a reason Kyrie came with him because that roster was not good enough for just him to do it alone. But
and that roster wasn't good enough, and then they traded the whole roster for Harden. So now it's really not good enough.
But they still, it's not like it's over, all right? Because Harden can come back this series still. Harden still has a chance to play. They're probably going to lose this game 5. Let's just be honest here. They're not going to win this unless KD drops 60, which I am expecting. I expect KD to have a lot of points this game.
Here's the other
and not
thing
to be blown out.
Like, did you watch that game?
Yeah, I did. It was,
bro. Once Kyrie went out, this was a strategy. Ready? Let's dribble it past half court. We're gonna pass it to KD, and we're gonna leave. That's every single possession.
It's like, because who's going to be their point guard now? Their lineup will be Bruce Brown, Joe Harris, KD, Blake, and then probably Claxton at the 5. And then off the bench, who do you got? Shamit? Like they got Landry Shamit off the bench.
Green.
Yeah, Jeff Green. I mean, it's going to be very tough, but Harden did practice the other day. He practiced.
Yeah, but even if he comes back, he's not 100%. He missed 18 games when he hurt it earlier in the regular season.
Yeah, and then he's going to come in and put up – he's not going to put up 38, 40 points, but he's going to get you 11 and 11. That's for sure, which is going to help. He's going to take the attention off KD. It's going to take the attention off KD, which I think is – you just need a shot. I think if they can still wall up Giannis, which, like you said, like after Kyrie went down, their whole game plan just kind of went out the window.
Oh, yeah, it was awful.
Even defensively, they were giving Giannis basically everything he wanted at the rim. So they need to put that wall back up.
The other weird thing was, and they said it during the broadcast, what happened to Blake?
Yeah, I don't know. It just seemed like they gave up on their game plan, and I think it's.
But it was weird because Blake was playing the best defense against Giannis, and then he didn't play from the second half of the third quarter on. Like, what the hell happened? Where'd he go? Yeah,
I think either they were just trying to not get anybody else hurt in that game, or we're just like we're gonna let them have it, which could be the case. But they're gonna need a lot to win this next game. The Bucks they're probably the favorite to come out of the East now due to the injuries. Maybe Philly is, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough. But I'm not expecting the Nets to get blown out still. Like, this is still Kevin Durant here. Like, we can't question every year. Is KD as good as LeBron? Is KD the best player in the league? We can't question that every year. And then when his co-star goes down, be like, well, now they lost. Like, they still have KD. It's still KD.
See, I would have the energy if it was him and one of the others. Because then I'd be like, all right, you should still win this series. Like, I'm sorry, you should. Right. But just him and the rest of that team, if they were playing, like if this was the series against the Celtics, I'd be like, all right, you should still win this series. I don't care that one of your other co-stars or both of your co-stars are out. But like I said, 2-time MVP, back-to-back. He won Defensive Player of the Year. You got Middleton, who, perennial All-Star.
Oh yeah.
You have Drew Holiday, obviously probably one of the better defending point guards in the league. So it's not like you're playing scrubs here.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. What's up, Matt?
What's going on there?
It's not. They're not playing scrubs, but for everyone to be like, the Bucks are winning it now. Like, what are we saying about KD then? Like that he can't win a game? Like he can't force a game 7 and maybe get Harden back out there? Like to think that it's over. I just don't believe that. You wall up Giannis, you try to limit the perimeter shooters, and you get the fucking ball to Joe Harris and KD. That's your game plan right there. And obviously you pray. You pray because it is very tough. It's not going to be easy. I don't expect them to win the next 2 games. I expect them to win at least one out of the next 3.
See, here's my thing. I think they have to win tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is the must win. Like,
because if they lose tomorrow and game 6 goes back to Milwaukee, that I think is wraps because I don't think they can win in Milwaukee.
It's going to be tough, but I just hate how everyone's like, it's over. And then at the end of the season, it's going to be, is KD the best player in the league this year? Like, how can we say that when we just wrote his team off after a player got injured? And it's not just a player. Obviously, it's Kyrie Irving. It's not just some player.
Harden.
Right. It's not. They're not just some players. They're all-stars. But it's not even just all-stars, superstars. But I just hate how everyone's like, yeah, it's over. It's like, no, KD's still KD. There's still a very real chance. Are they the favorite in this series now? Hell no. But it's still a very real chance.
You know what's weird? They're still they're still the finals favorite.
Really?
But they're an underdog in game 5. How does that make any sense?
If they would have won that game that Kyrie got hurt and they were up 3-1 right now, would you still say they're in trouble?
Yeah.
Really? I feel like
I would, only because, like I said, it's KD and nobody else. Like, I mean, I said, besides Joe Harris. All right, bro. All I'm giving you is Joe Harris.
I get it. But Blake is still Blake. All right, we're not talking about Giannis is Giannis. Giannis versus KD. They cancel each other out. They're both going to put up 30 plus. All right, and then you have Joe Harris and you have Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton has not been super perfect outside of last game. Joe Harris has been amazing in this playoff run. So I'd say they're pretty dead even too. And then obviously Drew Holiday gets the edge over Blake Griffin. But then outside of that, Brook Lopez has been non-existent this series. The rest of the Bucks have been non-existent.
Man, PJ Tucker all of a sudden decided to be Steph Curry last game.
Yeah. I mean, but PJ Tucker's going to get you 3 points a game. That's what he's going to do.
No, he was literally averaging like 2 points a game.
His over/under is always like 3.5. Like it's always 3.5. And then Bobby Portis has sucked too lately. So I think the saving grace for the Nets is that 2 of the last 3 games will be in Brooklyn. And you see it historically that bench players and those non-superstars play better in their home stadium. They're used to it. The crowd is behind them instead of against them. So, because I mean, Joe Harris was garbage in Milwaukee. I mean, terrible. Yeah. He comes out, hits 5 threes this game. It's a hole. The series is still there.
I believe, what was he like? Oh,
he's like 0 for 6 or something like that.
Wasn't he like 1 of 11 in game
total,
4?
I think total
in game 3.
But he started like 0 for 6. Like it was
like it was bad. So I mean, you obviously come back to Brooklyn. You hope that everybody turns it up a notch, but tomorrow's a must-win. If they don't win that game, it's
and that's the thing. I mean, you need one. Shamet comes in, gets you 20 off the bench. It's a very different situation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a very different situation, and they're going to need that though. Like that's the thing. They're going to need that.
Like you need PJ Tucker to not be Curry, which we've clearly seen is very.
I just let him shoot. I'd probably just let PJ shoot.
I would let him shoot anything but a corner 3.
Yeah. And if he gets a corner 3, give him the baseline, let him drive to the basket.
Because doesn't he have the most corner 3s made in NBA history?
Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he's made a living off of, his corner 3s and defense.
So let him shoot anywhere but a corner 3. Mm-hmm. You make Middleton beat you.
Yes, you don't let Giannis beat you. You
wall off Giannis. I don't care if you literally stand in formation in front of the basket. Because let me tell you, he can't shoot still. I think he's like 2 of 11 from 3.
And if they decide, hey, we're not gonna make you like have Middleton beat us, we're just gonna send Giannis to the paint, foul him. Have you not seen him shoot free throws? Foul him. Just make him go to the line. Put DeAndre seconds. Jordan in the fucking game and just foul him out in the first half. Just fouling Giannis. Just win. Yeah. Like,
and on that last foul, and let me tell you, on that last foul, I'm fouling him.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm getting a flagrant 2 on that last foul.
Yeah. Get him out of his comfort zone, bro. Put him at the line. It's that simple. Force him to shoot perimeter shots. Put him at the line. Force his co-stars to beat you. That's the game plan. But they went away from that at the end of that last game.
Isn't it funny though we say it's that simple, but it's so difficult because he's so damn good.
It's so hard.
I mean, he Euro steps from the goddamn 3-point line and he's at the basket. Like what? Where were you made?
All he has to do is put his arm up, and you can't touch the balls. Like it's love.
Like where were you? Like, what lab were you made in that you can Euro step from the 3-point line?
And you know what I really hate? I don't know if you've ever seen it, but like when Giannis first came in the league, he was a shooter. Like he was a 3-point shooter. That's what he did. Yeah, and then Jason Kidd came to town and decided his jump shot didn't work. So now he shoots like he's handicapped. He can't do it. It's bad.
Well,
he used to shoot, bro. He really used to hit.
No, he does. Because I've always said if he can shoot 33%.
30%. That's it.
It would be crazy if the Clips the first trip where teams like the Nets, Lakers, Bucks, and the Suns exist. Or exit. Yeah, exit.
Hey, that man Reggie Jackson.
Yo, Reggie Jackson popping off. And PG-13 showed up last game, not playoff P. So there's probably going to be a team that wins their first chip this year.
It's
probably
or their first in over like 20 years.
Yeah,
like that's
because
just
what Clippers haven't.
Clippers never have. The Suns never have. The Jazz never have. The Nets did in like the 80s or 70s. Sixers did in like the 70s. Hawks, I don't think they ever have, and the Bucks did back in like the 70s.
I think
the Hawks, Nets, and Bucks are the only teams that have won a ring.
All right. It's going to be fun.
Wait.
It's going to be a fun.
Would that mean that no one in the West has won a ring yet? Clippers?
What?
No.
Yeah, Clippers haven't. I thought
Jazz,
sure
no.
the Jazz,
Suns, no. The Jazz didn't, because I think the only times they've been there was against Jordan, and they lost those. Hey, so if the West wins, we got history.
New champs.
Yes, sir.
Well, we'll move it on to a series that is no longer with us. The Suns sweep the Nuggets, and
Bring out the brooms.
A big thing in that series or that game last night has everybody talking. Should Jokic have been ejected for that foul on Campaign? Let me tell you something. Very simple answer here. No.
Yes,
How soft are we? Oh.
The foul itself, weak-ass foul. It was not a flagrant. But that's not a basketball play. I've never seen someone not grab a rebound, and then the guy that rebounded, they go for a steal like that. Unless it's an obvious steal opportunity. No one does that. You get back on defense. He winded his arm up and went for a steal out of frustration. Wasn't a basketball play. But the foul itself.
But like you said, went for the steal basketball play.
No, he went for the steal, but the rest of it was not a basketball play. You don't wind up for a steal, bro. You don't.
He was trying to get all the force.
I'm going to steal the ball. I'm going to steal the ball. Like that's not a basketball
force. He's a big man, so he's trying to use the force.
It was a clear frustration foul. He knew he was getting swept. Right. He was pissed off, so he swung at Kente.
Ejected though. Come on.
Ejected.
I don't MVP of the league.
It was stupid by the refs because obviously it's the MVP of the league. He's their only hope at them winning this game. So it was very dumb to eject him. But I'm not going to sit here and be like it wasn't an ejection. It wasn't a basketball play. He hit him in the face. That's always an ejection. Sadly, that's the way the league works. I wish it was different, but that's sadly just how it works.
We call that Charmin.
Yeah, that's Charmin soft. The league is. The league has made this a little boy league. We're playing at the rec over here.
Oh, absolutely. No, you see, you can't even say that either, though. Because let me tell you something. There's this what? Where is this charger, bro? My computer about to die, and okay, there we go. Here we are. But I've been watching this YouTuber, that Nick guy. You know that white dude who can dunk really well? That Ball His Life always posts?
Mm-hmm.
He got his YouTube channel. He be going, let me tell you something. He don't be YouTubers No, not even that. He don't be going to some, private court playing with some gentlemen. Nah. He's in the hoods, baby. And I'm not talking either some fake hood. No. He's in Compton, casually playing. He in Florida, casual. Let me tell you something. Those games get intense too. It's funny. I was watching Cash Nasty react to it. Shout out Cash. But he was like, "Listen, I'm from the hood." He was like, "I ain't going with you though." He's like, "I'm not going with you." So it was mad funny. But listen, shouldn't have been ejected. Okay. Let's just.
I think it was warranting of an ejection. It is very soft.
Well, you know what, Josh?
Got to follow the rules now, man.
You know, Josh, I didn't know you were soft too, bro. Crazy.
I'm not soft. The league is, and it is what it is, bro.
Facts, HG.
I agree. Let them play.
Let them play, baby. Because let me tell you something. They're certainly letting them play in that Nets series. They out here playing bully ball. Yeah. But listen, we talked about it. Are the Suns the team? Is it finally their year?
Maybe. I don't think there is, now that the Nets are injured. I don't think there's a real favorite. I think it's really anybody's time, and if anyone's the favorite out of all of them, it's the Suns, I guess. But one thing I'm really getting annoyed by, quick comparing this to Dirk's run. Quick comparing Chris Paul being a co-star to Dirk willing the Mavericks past Kobe, past the Young Thunder team, past the Spurs, and past LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Bosh. Quit fucking comparing that. It is not the same. I love Chris Paul. Shout out to him. He carried us to the playoffs last year, and he has been phenomenal in these playoffs. But it's not just him. We ain't going to talk about how Chris Paul's carrying him when Ayton's putting Jokic in a jail and putting up 20 and 15 too while he's at it, and Booker dropping 30 a game. Like, Dirk didn't have that help. But this ain't about Dirk. It's about this Suns team, and the Suns team has a very, very good chance to win it all. I mean, if Chris Paul is going to put up 37 in games, like the point guard, the guy who don't score, averaging 13, is going to put up 37 on you. Yeah, it's going to be very tough to beat them. And Book is hungry. Ayton's hungry. Jay Crowder is going to do what he does. Mikal Bridges is still one of the most underrated players in the league. It's going to be amazing. So I think they have a very good shot at it for sure.
Trey and Booker having amazing first playoff runs.
Listen,
it's funny because HG, you've talked about a lot with the Lakers being eliminated, and even the Heat. Like, all these teams with established stars that we already know, a lot of them are gone. Like, it's the young Bucks rising up though. Like, you saw it with John Morant. He played fantastic. It ain't his fault that they lost, I'll tell you that. Donovan Mitchell going crazy. Luka, we already know, but going crazy. Trey, we saw what he did to the Knicks. Or should I say he went up here with it, but it's whatever. Like you said, Devin Booker, man's a walking bucket. Casually 25, easy.
And
without breaking a sweat, 25.
Ja dropped 45 in the first round too.
Like,
I mean, dude, league is in good hands, bro. The league is in good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. I'm just all these players though. I think that it's weird. I'm most upset, believe it or not, that the Mavs not playing anymore. Just because of Luka. I think Luka, to me, might he's up there for people that I actually want to watch. Like, everybody talks about Zion and this, that, or third. I think I would watch Luka over probably 99% of the league. I think the only person I'm watching over Luka is Steph, because Steph is.
I think it's
that
Steph
shit is
and
just
Luka.
Ridiculous.
And then there's a gap, honestly. There's a gap. There's not other players where you're like, yeah, that's must-see TV right there. Like KD and LeBron and all the other guys, they're up there as people you want to watch. But
you know what's funny too, though? I don't even look at KD or LeBron.
Yeah, in the regular season game.
I look at the Nets as must watch. I look at the Lakers as it. Not even KD, and it's not because of that. It's because I think it's because the Nets are so good that I want to watch them. It's just amazing what they can do. And LeBron and AD, that's fun to watch. And, obviously rooting against them because I know too many Laker fans, and that just gets annoying after a while. But Steph, listen, we hated him for that little run that they went on. But Jesus Lord, is he good? I mean, bro. And you know what's funny too? Everybody thinks about LeBron is the one that moves the needle, but Steph technically moves the needle more than anybody. Ratings wise and everything like that, it's actually Steph. It's not even LeBron anymore.
No, it's changed.
And I
everyone's
think
in love with the three ball.
It's going to be Luka.
Oh, I think it's next year. It's Luka. Luka is just so fun to watch, bro, because he does things that you never seen before. You just never seen the things he does, and to carry his team the way he has, it's insane. Get Kristaps out of there. Get Luka some help, bro. Get Luka some help. You know what, HG?
This is the NBA version of that. A couple years ago, when no playoff QBs were over the age of 25 except Brady and Rodgers, this is the NBA version. I mean, what? Mm-hmm. Mitchell's under 25.
The only ones are
25. Trey.
The only old ones are Kawhi and KD, and they're not even that old.
No, they're not. They're what? How old is KD? 33?
Yeah, he's 33 or something like that. That's insane, bro. Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker, Trey Young, Giannis is only 26. That's crazy.
That's the one that's disgusting.
Two-time MVP.
Giannis should not be 26 or however old he is. Is he actually 26?
He's only in his like.
See, that's disgusting.
Like that. Yeah, that's just crazy.
Nah, I gotta look it up, bro, because now you got me annoyed that somebody that good is only 26.
I know he's young though. He might not be exactly 26. It might be like 27 or something, but I'm pretty sure he's.
Just a minute. No, that's disgusting. He's 26.
Yeah, bro. He
ridiculous.
Just became a star like 4 years ago.
I hate
Two-time MVP, and he's 26.
Defensive Player of the Year, All NBA casually every year. 26.
Drafting Kevin Durant on his All-Star team at 26. Like, he's the captain. This 26-year-old.
I could throw up right now. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
Go look at Luka's age, bro.
Yeah, what? How old is Luka again?
Luka's only like 23. No, I think he's younger than that.
Let's look it up.
He's only 22. 22 maybe. When did he come?
Luka is 22.
Yeah, 22. Bro.
This man was born in 1999.
Oh my god, bro! We're 1 year older than Luka,
and he's bodying.
Younger, not older. Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's wild.
That makes me want to. That makes me want to throw up. He's already a two-time All-Star, All NBA First Team Rookie of the Year, EuroLeague MVP. Like,
I hate looking at these young players' ages because now it's getting to the point where they're our age or younger.
Bro, you know what's funny? That's when I started to realize I was getting older, when players were near my age. I was like, oh, like when I was younger, I'd be like, oh, they're entering the NBA right now, but they're like 20. I'm only like 14, bro. So I'm good. Bro. And now it's like the people entering the NBA this year are going to be younger than me.
We're older. We're both older than Taylor Horton Tucker. Yeah, he plays for the Lakers, bro. He plays for the fucking Lakers.
Listen, fuck right off, okay? Giannis started at 19, 7 years experience, and Luka started at 16.
Luka won MVP in Argentina when he was a teenager. That's how good he's been.
Luka was going up against Westbrook.
Yeah, in those preseason games. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Connie is a boomer now. Listen, Christian, let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Boomer.
You read the name of the show, guy. Generational Sports. With that Z. Gen Z, baby. Now, Christian over here barely knows how to even. I'm surprised he could even type. Play COD, bro. We miss you. Oh, my God. One of these days, I'll get back on. Listen, I have a brother who plays COD all the time. Why don't you, he's in the network. Go hit him up. I'm sure he would love to play. But we'll move on. Hawks 76ers. I believe that game is on right now. Let me check out how it's going. Let's see. Okay, apparently it's not on that channel. Let's see. Is it on this channel? No, certainly not on that. I don't think it
starts. It might be a game that starts at like 7 something.
No, it's on.
Another late game. You sure?
Yeah, no, it's on. Oh, it's 32-22.
Who? Philly?
Philly with 9:56 in the second quarter.
Second quarter?
Oh yeah, I think it started at 7:30. Oh. I'm about 90% sure, but must win obviously. Oh wait, no, it's not. Philly can take a 3-1 lead with the win tonight. This is a must win for the Hawks. Well, I was right actually. So yeah, it has to be. Yeah, it's not you, Christian. Listen, it's all right. I haven't touched COD since 3. Now, are you talking about the third COD or MW3?
I'm guessing MW3 because I don't think he'd be talking that far back because the Call of Duty's been around for. There's an old Call of Duty.
22 Philly. Yeah, listen. All I need in my life is a remastering of MW2, and then then I'm good. Then I can die happy.
That new Def Jam, get us some NFL Street.
I never. What's funny though? A lot of people, and I'm a video game person, so people are gonna be disgusted with me. I never played any of those street games, bro.
I had one of them, and it had Ocho Cinco on the cover. I'm not sure.
I never played NFL or NBA Street. Like everybody's always like, "Oh, we got to bring them back," and I just don't care because I never played them. It's kind of weird.
That shit's fire. They still hit today, I bet. I mean, I haven't played one lately, but I bet they still hit today.
You know what? I absolutely wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't. But, Josh, is it a must-win for the Hawks over here?
Absolutely. No Danny Green tonight, and that's huge for them. He hasn't been like a threat offensively in this series, but defensively he's everywhere. He's very good at closing out on shooters. So not having him tonight is when they can take advantage of it and tie up this series. They're obviously going to need a big game from Trey. Every night they're going to need that against Philly. So it's going to be very tough for them to win this game, especially because now we know they're already down 10 pretty early in the game. So it's not the best start that they needed, but it's a must win. They have to put it all out there tonight. They have to do everything they can to win this game. And then hopefully, they go back to Atlanta. They'll go back to Philly after this game, and that's probably going to be a loss because it's very tough to win there. But, you're giving yourself a shot. If you can push them to 6 games, you overachieved. So I think it's a must-win for sure.
See, and, everybody got a little bit concerned when Philly lost game 1, and I came on this show, and I said I wasn't worried at all, not even a little bit. And it looks like I'm going to probably be right, because I think it's going to end up being a gentleman's sweep. We've seen, what Philly's done since that game 1. Like I said, I think they came out and they were like, listen, we just bodied who they played before this? Who was it?
The Wizards.
Wizards, yeah. They're like, listen, we bodied the Wizards. Well, we got to worry about Atlanta. We not the Knicks. So they got run up on that first half.
The media really exaggerated Joel's injury. I thought it was way more serious.
Well, he doesn't. It is a tear in his meniscus.
Right, but that man is still flying on defense. That man is not letting Clint Capella get those lobs. Like, he's playing out of his mind. So I'm impressed. He does have that tear in his meniscus, so it's still a pretty risky injury to be playing on. But he looks good out there, way better than I thought. Yeah,
but it's definitely a must-win. I don't think they're going to, but it should be a must-win. This is just going to be another situation where it's kind of Trae Young versus the world. So, you obviously have to hope for him to come out. Like, Trae needs, 35 and 15, every game for them to win.
Yeah.
So, unless that happens, there's really not a chance because, they kind of figured it out. They put Ben Simmons on Trae, and it really hasn't been the same since then. Joel is probably the most dominant big man. I know Jokic just won the MVP, but when it comes to scoring and everything, I think scoring-wise he's better. I think all around it's Jokic, which is a weird thing to say and all that, but
you're talking about a post player, like a guy that can
go get a post player. Give me Jokic, or not Jokic. Jesus,
yeah,
Christ.
Give me Embiid.
Give me Embiid. Maybe all around player though. I think
if I want a player, if I'm starting my team with one of them, I'm picking Jokic.
I would too, and that might get people mad because a lot of people think Embiid's better, but first of all, I know Jokic is actually going to play for me.
Yeah.
Because Embiid misses a lot of time, obviously.
Jokic didn't miss a game this year.
Not a game. Listen, Joel might have won the MVP if he played more.
If you take Jokic, you got your point guard and your center. All in one.
You know what? All inclusive, as they say. All inclusive. But we agree, must win. But we will see how it goes. It is currently 28-33 Philly. So, mounting a little bit of a comeback here. But the second game that will be going on tonight is the Jazz versus the Clippers game 4. Jazz lead 2-1. Clippers needs some people to step up. Who do you think it's going to be for the Clippers to step up, get back in the series, tie it up 2-2 before they go back to Utah?
I don't think the players they need to step up do step up because it's not even really a player they need to step up. It's Tyronn Lue. He's done some of the worst coaching decisions I have ever seen in my entire life. He did good the very first game. He did really good. He started DeMarcus Cousins and put him on Gobert to get him under his skin, and it worked out really well. It was going good. And then now DeMarcus Cousins has not seen the court since game 1. I don't know why he just abandoned that. He's not playing Rondo at all. Rondo had his first playoff DNP last game. Why are you playing Patrick Beverly? Russell Westbrook has told us all along. He's tricking y'all. He just runs around out there, bro. He's averaging 1.5 points a game. 1.5. and you're playing him 35 plus minutes a game when playoff Rondo is sitting on your bench. What the hell is wrong with this dude?
That's a tough life.
Like if Kawhi, if PG hadn't turned back into PG-13, they'd be fucked right now. They would be fucked. It's Kawhi and PG. Their numbers are so identical. Go look at their playoff averages. Look how identical playoff P and Kawhi's averages are. It's literally the same fucking thing. And then Reggie Jackson's doing his thing. And the fact that they're
hold on. I'll let you keep going. But I ain't taking nobody over Game 7 Kawhi, though.
There's a few. I mean, we're talking to everyone gets their Game 7 version like that. Because I'll take a couple players over that, bro.
Nah, let me tell you, Game 7 Kawhi.
I'll take down 3-1 LeBron over that.
Ask Embiid about Game 7 Kawhi.
Oh yeah, bro, the luckiest shot in the history of the world.
Oh, well, now this. Listen,
you can't tell me that's not luck.
I think Ray Allen's shot was luckier.
So this game, they really need someone like Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris needs to start hitting his threes. He was the second most efficient three-point shooter this regular season behind Bobby Portis, so he's not been that for them. And also, I get they paid Luke Kennard $64 million and didn't play him at all during the regular season. Why the fuck do you think you can just put him in now and he's going to be good? Like, you didn't play him at all. He's not comfortable with this team. And you're going to play him in some serious playoff games? It's just awful coaching, bro. Awful coaching. I can't believe Doc Rivers was a scapegoat for them last year. And they decided, you know what, Tyronn Lue is so much better than that Doc Rivers guy.
You want to know why? Champion. Because Tyronn Lue is Pat Beverly, bro. I tried saying this a few weeks ago when we were talking about coaches and everything like that. You can't tell me somebody's a good coach when they have good players. And I know that kind of doesn't make sense, but no. You can't tell me you're a good coach if you coach LeBron. He was been the best player in the NBA for like 15 years now. Shut your dumb ass up. You can't tell me Steve Kerr's a good coach. He's had Steph and Clay and Draymond, and then, we'll add KD for a little bit. You know what? I'll even go this far. Listen, how have the Spurs been since everybody left?
I mean, didn't play in playoff team last year. Pretty solid.
So nothing.
Pretty solid.
So nothing.
What you expect out of LaMarcus Aldridge and DeMar DeRozan?
No, but I'm just saying.
Don't disrespect Pop. You can disrespect Tyronn Lue.
I'm just saying. Pop is the greatest coach of all time. Pop is the greatest coach of all time. But, Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker lead, and they haven't sniffed the playoffs.
Stop. Go look at where Tony Parker and Manu were drafted at. Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
They're great because Pop.
They're all going to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And Pop's going to go down as the greatest. That's second greatest because Phil Jackson.
All right,
apparently,
bro.
Apparently Michael Jordan is the exception to great coaching. Apparently it's just him when it's that situation. Because that's just the way the world works, I guess.
Listen, I'll go that far too. Phil Jackson, you're mid. You want to know why? Because you had MJ and you had Kobe and Shaq. I'm telling you something. I could have won with those damn teams too. I'm sorry, I could.
Yeah, any coach could have invented the triangle offense. Any coach. Just all you kids out there, you can invent it too.
I don't give a shit about the triangle offense. Because you know what I would have said? I'm going to draw a triangle around MJ and say, listen, stupids, go give him the ball, and if he decides to pass it to you, make sure you make it, or else you're probably not going to be on the team anyway. That's what I would have said. Then I'm going to say, hey, Kobe, I know that you're pretty good, but you see that Shaq guy? He can average 35. Yeah, he can average 35 because all he has to do is twerk on the other center, and we have 40 points on 85%.
You could have said twerk and torque right there, and both would have kind of worked for the situation.
So listen, and just to prove I'm not being biased, Mr. Billy Belichick over here loses Thomas Brady, and they miss the playoffs. So I don't want to hear about.
So how do you prove who's a good coach then, Connie?
Eric
Who the fuck is it? The guy with LeBron and Dwayne Wade. That guy's the great coach.
No, whoa.
Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo.
They left, still good.
So were the Spurs.
No, they were not.
They're still in the playoffs. We're acting like the Heat have won something since LeBron left. What do they won, huh? Oh, congrats. You won a fucking cookie? And then they went and got their asses beat. And then what happened this year? Why did he do nothing this year?
Why the Spurs didn't even make the play-in game?
Okay, so Eric Spoelstra, I think he's a good coach too. Name another one.
Let's see here. I'm trying to think of coaches. You see. All right, I
go
gotta do
NFL. You can go NFL too.
All right,
you could do NFL too.
Hold on. Steve Kerr, best coach, best record, same thing.
I don't think so. I mean, 73-9. It's a very good record and doesn't come without coaching. But I mean, Steph was the first unanimous MVP that year, and he killed everybody. No, but I'm waiting, Connie. Give me another coach that didn't have great players, but is a good coach after great players.
Doug McDermott, Bills coach.
Doug McDermott. That's not. You're thinking of a different name because Doug McDermott plays for the Indiana Pacers.
Fuck. What? No, because it's very similar.
Bill Parcells? Is that
no, it's the Bills head. It's the Bills coach right now.
Oh, the Bills coach right now. It's not Doug. It's Sean McDermott. Sean,
there we go. Well, I got the McDermott right. I mean,
didn't Josh Allen just have an MVP caliber season?
Okay, but they were Andy Reid after Smith. He had Mahomes. I can't. Yeah.
I would say
Andy Reid.
Sean McVay fits in that category because Jared Goff running your offense, you need a good coach to get there.
Yo, listen.
I would say
Bears fans out there, I think Matt Nagy's a good coach, but Mr. Trubisky, dog shit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would say. I mean, it's tough because I don't even know really what you're arguing. Like these guys are.
Listen, it's just a difficult saying that somebody, like, we give credit to coaches. Here's my actual argument. A lot more credit should be put with players than coaches.
Absolutely, I 100%.
Like a lot of people say, "Oh, they won because
the player
of
makes
coaching."
The coach.
Yes, that's my main point.
But if you have a shitty coach,
because good coaching helps. Right, good coaching of course helps. I mean, that's just common sense. But you're not going to sit here and tell me that Bill Belichick is Bill Belichick if he's coaching the Jags?
We don't know.
We don't know, but I'm going to go with no. Like, is Steve Kerr if he was coaching, the Knicks?
Probably not.
Okay.
So then, but then we look at guys like Tom Thibodeau with the Knicks this year. One coach of the year. Excellent coach. Why couldn't he get it done in Minnesota, though? If he's coach of the year and is able to turn around the Knicks.
Jimmy Butler didn't make it very easy.
That is very true.
This man, Jimmy Butler, was not fucking with him.
No, that's true. I think coaching is definitely overrated, and it's definitely the game is more dictated by the players, obviously, because they're the ones out there playing. But to say a coach is not good because his players have been really, really good, I can't agree with that. I think Steve Kerr is
maybe not good, but overrated. I think you find out a true coach. Like this year made Steve Kerr a better coach in my eyes than all those years when he had Steph, Clay, and KD and all them.
Absolutely.
Because they made a playing game, and it was just Steph, nobody else, and obviously it's just Steph, but Steph is better than me.
I don't think I'll ever forgive you for almost adding Greg Popovich to this list. I don't think I'll ever forgive you for that.
You know what? I think I'm going to sleep just fine at night. I
just can't believe that you almost put him on that level. Greg Popovich.
Listen, I put Bill on that level.
But that's I don't give a shit about Belichick. You don't put Greg Popovich in that category.
Listen, what were you saying to me earlier in the show?
What you mean?
What have you done for me lately?
Hey, playing game with DeMar DeRozan only. I think that's pretty damn good.
That wasn't this year.
They were in the playing game this year. Lost to the Grizzlies.
Who did they play?
Lost to the Grizzlies. Yeah, 10 seed with just DeMar DeRozan. In the West, above the Pelicans.
10 seed, bro. We're getting
above
happy
the
over
Pelicans,
10 seeds.
above the in the West, bro. That's
All right.
like
The Pelicans
they probably make the
underachievers.
playoffs. They probably make the playoffs in the East with that record. Probably miss
Well,
the
the East
game.
don't even. The East barely counts because listen, if the NBA was smart, they would just reshuffle the playoff seeding to make it 1 through 16. There would be like 3 East teams.
Yeah, it'd be the
Sixers,
Nets, and Bucks.
Sixers, and the
like,
yeah,
that's it. That's all.
And then everybody else would be like, maybe.
Yeah, I'd love that, bro, because that'd be way better. That'd be so much better.
It would be much better. I don't know why they haven't done it, but you know what? Whatever.
And what if the NFL did something like that too?
I wouldn't be mad.
Like, I would, because there's no reason we should have had Washington. Wait, who came out of the?
Oh, it was Washington.
Yeah, there's no reason they should have been in the playoffs.
But, I mean, they gave the Bucks the hardest game of their playoff run.
They did.
Taylor Heineke out here.
Yeah. I saw something that said that he was going to be a breakout star this year. It's like, he's not even going to start. How is he going to be a breakout star? See Fitzpatrick with a cicada in his beard? I mean, it's locked in.
I see that.
Yeah, he had a cicada in his beard at practice and just walked around with it. Just walked around with it, bro. It is very gross. I hate
Go to prison. Should go to prison. I haven't seen one.
Dude, they're awful.
See, weird. Everybody always says that they come out every certain amount of years, but I've never seen one here, bro.
See them yearly, like every
and
fucking
for the
year.
win, baby. But I think that'll do it for the show. You know what? It was a good one. I appreciate HG always being in the comments. Appreciate everybody that was in the comments. I don't appreciate Josh being my co-host because, well, I have to backpack over the door every show. Listen, Josh, I don't know what you're scratching right there. Is that what you want to do to some feet?
What is you?
Guys, for everybody out there that doesn't know, Josh.
No. This is cap, bro. Stop the cap. Where is it at? Where's the banner? Here it is. Stop the cap, honey.
Where's the banner?
I'm done with this, bro. I don't want feet pics. I don't like feet.
Guys, if you haven't sent him one on his Twitter page,
he made
_4.
He made this up out of thin air and has just ran with it every show now. I don't like feet. Feet are fucking disgusting, bro.
That's what they all say.
I wish we had nubs. I wish we had nubs on our legs. Like peg legs.
I mean, hey, you can take care of that. I saw some lady on TikTok who got her foot cut off because it was causing her chronic pains. She chose to be an amputee.
That is a wild decision there.
I don't think I could do it. I mean, that must have been some crazy pain for her to want to chop her leg off.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe if I'm in the situation, which hopefully I won't be. So whatever. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this show. I'll run through the sponsors one more time really quickly. So if you want to bet on something, mybookies.ag. US at 100 doubles your first deposit. RxHemp-USN will save you 10% on your entire order. CBD creams over there, pain relief. You'll feel brand new. Patreon, $1, you're supporting the squad. $5 to get access to our Discord chat, which is the very important part because we're giving out free money, baby. And also, I forgot, if you sign up, you get a $20 referral, so you're basically paying for yourself and your friend. So, hey, I'm just saying. Sign up for $5 tier is 10% off the store, access to Discord chat, and you get entered into an Amazon gift card giveaway. $10 is everything I just said, except the 10% discount. It's now $20, and you get access to our signed memorabilia giveaway each month. This month is a signed Mark Ingram jersey. And then finally, it's a Teespring shop, teespring.com/store/unwrapped. We funnel all of our merch through there, baby. So if you want to support the network or support an individual show, like this one, I'm just saying, you can go and check out the Teespring shop. But with that being said, a good one as always, my dear friend Josh. I will be back next week, and then after that, your boy's on vacation. So Josh is going to be
he's out of here. Let's go. He's out of here, boys.
Yeah, we'll see how bad these ratings get, you know what I mean?
He's out of here.
We will see you guys next week. Catch you.